Yo, what's up? Welcome back to your wifey's favorite podcast with CJ, Brad, and Josh.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Yo.
Before we start talking about anything, we just want to say that our prayers are with the Vincentians,
Family.
those that are
Our neighbors to the north.
our neighboring islands that are currently experiencing
the
the ashes from the eruption of their
Sofre
volcano, and we'll be collecting donations at Nixon's Electrical something on Morris Bishop Highway. So if you have any canned goods that you like to donate, clothes, all of that good sanitary items, because they will need it, trust me. They will need it. So as much as we can do to help, just head down there, give your donations, and we'll be sure to keep everybody updated.
Or if you can't go to those locations, if you can't go to Nixon, then you could always drop it off by Rennick and Thompson. Just let them know it's for me, Josh, and
Big boy.
I could take it down for you
Big
guys.
boy in the dance.
Telling you.
Next thing they go there and they ask for you and they say, "Who's Josh?"
Who's Josh?
That is impossible. That is impossible.
That would be hilarious. Josh?
That would be embarrassing.
Who's that?
So yeah, the volcano, yo, I mean, it's not the first volcano. It's not the first volcano in our lifetime, but it's
the first one
really,
so close to us.
Yeah, so it's really impacting. Well, even today, like my car was full of like dust. I don't know.
But I from the Sahara dust though.
Yeah, but today was just like real gloomy and thing.
Yeah, it was looking.
A partner of mine sent me a picture from the south of St. Lucia, and you could see all the haze and the ash.
Yo, but St. Lucia is really close to St. Vincent, like really close. So they would be affected.
Caracou start seeing certain, like they start getting
like
some of
the ash cloud.
Oh, yeah, they start getting some of it, not a lot, but because you know that is right along the path.
I heard Kick and Jenny make a little thing too.
I don't know how true that is.
I'm not sure how true that is either.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because we know like all volcanoes are somehow linked.
Yeah.
So those things would happen.
It might. I'll wait for official announcements because I heard today we are on orange alert. False alarm.
Wait, you heard that?
Well, I saw a post. Saying we on orange alert.
Yeah, be careful with it. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, really be careful with the media.
And then like 2 minutes, like I scroll on, maybe like 2 posts later, somebody screenshot it and they're like false information. Nobody issued that. And then
guys, it's not cool to put the nation on panic like that.
But you know what I feel happen? St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so automatically they say
Grenada.
Because Tara's one of Tara's relative called earlier this evening, and he thought like we were going to be affected because the
Grenadines, Grenada.
Almost not too late.
We safe for now. We don't know what activity might happen with Kikum Jenny because she like to get on she ready.
Yeah. But
when I was smaller and you always used to hear about this Kikum Jenny might Europe and thing, I used to just think on the bright side and think that well there's more land and you'll fill up the land.
You go join Caracou and Grenada. Wow. I actually used to think about that. Because back in school, when you're growing up, always say like volcanoes bring land. So
exactly
to me it was a good thing.
Primary school.
Yeah. It was a good thing.
I used to be like, why are you making a big deal? That's just more land. You could drive to Caracou if that happened.
The good thing about it though, now that the lava, after the lava cool and stuff, and the ashes, when the rain start falling and ashes start melting into the soil, the soil will be happy.
Yeah, the soil will get rich.
So guess what? St. Vincent drug trade would blossom.
So only drugs St. Vincent people as plant?
Yo.
It's decriminalized.
Yo, this guy.
But that's not the only thing they plant. I think they still big on
they do heavy agriculture. Like I was surprised when I went there in 2019 how much breadfruit they had.
Yeah, like, and they using it.
Really?
Yo, they had everywhere you go, they can breadfruit. Fried breadfruit, roast
more than Grenada.
They really like breadfruit. Like they have more breadfruit than Grenada.
Was there a national dish again? Saltfish? Is it saltfish on there?
I'm not even sure, bro. I went to
Yeah.
KFC.
I don't remember them. I don't remember.
I went to KFC. I went to little places on the side, and all these places had breadfruit.
Yeah. But I have fond memories of times in St. Vincent. I reach out to one or two of my contacts over there to make sure they're safe.
They
They
good?
say generally the south, those people living in the south of St. Vincent are safe-ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
So wait.
And they would have evacuated.
So I was just told by the studio producers
See this
that
guy?
their national dish is rose breadfruit
Roadside
Just
fry.
that? Rose breadfruit and nothing?
and jacks.
And Jack.
So
Yeah.
no wonder like everywhere had breadfruit. Like like legit,
Yeah.
and it was independence.
I know
So like
every
Oh, serious?
everywhere.
Oh, that's when y'all went up for a drag racing?
Yeah.
Oh,
So Brad,
goodness.
so like normally we go on Wall Street and get chicken and chips.
Yeah.
So it was chicken and rose breadfruit. But I wouldn't lie though, the shit was a bomb. Like it tastes real good. They
That'll make your belly real
perfect
heavy.
breadfruit
Watch
making.
now, watch now. Imagine we come out of fit, right? and we,
Stop
you
and
know,
buy some rose breadfruit.
yo, fellas, we going to Wall Street for some.
But that was like 12 o'clock in the night.
Serious?
We pulling up buying breadfruit from like a van, like literally. They
Breadfruit
had like
van?
van and things selling by the
But
track.
you know, people just make chips and things from that too, eh?
Yeah.
So
But
that
I
breadfruit
never
van was
tried.
there.
I just make
That breadfruit van was their version of Hot Boys.
Yeah, I guess.
No, for real, like people flocking it down, like it finishing and
Yeah,
thing.
hot
Oh, and they
sauce.
make out that fried baked stew over there.
I
Mm.
mean, I think that's in the Caribbean on a whole
But everybody make their fried bakes different.
different. I mean, even here too.
Yeah,
People
Tara
make it
never made
different.
it. Well, I mean, Sinkins needless does make their fried breadfruit. I mean, their fried bakes circular.
So did
that's
you all hear
cute.
anything about
Flat.
You mean the fry bakes, you make it flat?
They're making it wrong.
Or they make it like a ball?
Wrong like a ball.
Or you mean a floater, the inside hollow? So it's a
No.
floater they making?
No, it come out just like our bakes, like our fried bakes would be. Okay, so we would make it flat, right? We would kind of take it out and make it wrong and flat.
Yeah.
They roll it up into a
And
ball
frying it like that?
and fry
I
it
mean,
like that.
I've had it like that, but like
Yeah,
not on a
Oh,
regular
you don't
basis
remember
now.
when we were going? Oh no, you didn't reach it. But when we was going to the ATV, bro, you remember we stopped by the thing right by the seaport, and we had the fried bakes with stuff inside.
I don't remember.
I think it was chicken.
I don't remember. I probably didn't take any of that.
I took.
Mm.
I'm a foodie, almost like Cleveland, not as bad. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but I heard they have evacuating a lot of people. Anybody come in
Yeah.
Grenada?
yeah. Gonzalve was saying in a video I saw earlier tonight, Grenada, Dominica, Antigua, Saint Lucia. Did he say Barbados?
Barbados.
Called
I think I heard Barbados in the early.
Yeah, I think he called Barbados, and these are the islands that he said. Well, his speech was short, but it was like really touching because just think about it. Like just a couple months ago, Grenada and Saint Lucia was battling because of COVID.
Saint Lucia.
I'm so sorry, Saint Vincent was battling because of the COVID laws, and he was saying, "Oh, is COVID Nicodemus only coming in the night or whatever?" I don't know if you guys remember that argument. And as the leaders was going back and forth, Dr.
Yeah.
Kimmich was saying that Gonzalez is not doing a good job, not having curfews and all of that. But look now, like everybody is putting out a hand in a helping hand to their brothers, and that shows how close we are as a Caribbean.
Yeah, in the end, all of us is small like Caribbean islands,
Yeah.
so we
And I
had to
mean,
stick
all
together.
of us have family all over.
Facts.
Everybody has somebody.
Facts.
So
Yeah, but that's a good thing. So
Nicodemus.
back on the Grenada,
right?
helping St. Vincent. What I read tonight on the Now Grenada app, they were speaking about the RGPF tightening the borders and being very vigilant when it comes to those.
So I mean, people could break curfew tonight. They didn't have enough people for roadblock. They have resources. If everybody
You
watching
would
the
be
beaches.
surprised how much undercover officers we have on
That's
the
right.
island.
Yeah, police security there.
You will be surprised.
But yeah, the year when I was leaving 2019, they was like just recruiting a whole pile of people.
And they
they
just
do that
get
just
some
the other
new
day.
ones there.
Yeah.
Like
not 3 times a year? Is it 3 times a year?
There are some in training right now.
I think it's like 3
I
times a
don't
year.
see them training every day when I come from work.
I think they recruit.
What?
They recruit like 3 times a year, I believe.
I hope it's proper recruitment and not a
hope
pile
so.
of doppies.
Well, we could tell from the way some of them behave. But that's a topic for another time.
Yeah.
So basically, they would be heightening the border patrol, because you remember marijuana is not yet decriminalized or
Grenada.
in Grenada. So, and it's literally around the corner.
On the corner.
Literally, yeah.
On the corner. And now that we have the movement because of the volcano activities, it would be opportune time for them to move.
When they come in with the weed too.
Move the weight.
Move the weight. I mean, to me, it's really not a big deal. But I guess
Teachers zone.
I wouldn't prioritize that out of everything. No?
Exactly.
prioritize the marijuana.
Looking for marijuana.
No, I mean, but that, as Brad said, to each his own. But like, I guess they know what they're doing. Yeah. So don't forget to donate your can items,
clothes, whatever it is that you can do to help.
Because remember, they did that for us at one point in time, and we were really appreciative for it. So let's try and lend a helping hand to our brothers and sisters, Owens and Vincent, and the Grenadines to extent. Grenadines to extent.
They should give us a couple islands for that.
Well,
too much more islands than us, man.
Yeah, boy. What?
If they ask me what island to take out, then we want Beckway.
Quite some day going, what? I will take Union Island. I ain't going too far.
Yeah, right.
And it's surprising how much, like, I was looking at some pictures from my boss normally do the keys. They normally do the keys, and
two big
like,
keys.
I wish, like, I really want to do it because it's real nice. It's real nice.
I think you used to have yachts and things that you'd sail, you could pay and you could sail up there with them.
Still.
Maybe that's something you could plan to do.
Do that like every long weekend. They do it now.
Yeah.
Another thing that hit in the news this week.
Today.
Well, 6 days now, but today.
Fresh on the mind. DMX.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace.
Yo, I mean,
that's tough, boy.
It's sad, but it's even sadder the way he went out.
Yeah. It was a heart attack, right? He had a heart attack.
Overdose.
And then a heart attack. But I thought somebody was saying they thought he said he was clean for a while.
He was, eh?
He was. But you know the cocoa.
You that?
I think he was clean. He went to jail and whatnot. He was clean for a while. I think for maybe a year or two. He was doing real good.
Yeah, but 50, when I see DMX is 50, I was like, what?
But he's not even looking like 50 though.
Nothing.
But it's funny that the actors and so on, like some of them, they really don't age.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson.
What they say, black don't crack.
Yeah.
Look at Samuel Jackson. Look at that guy, Steve Harvey. The man been the same way forever.
I mean,
Steve Harvey been older?
No, he started
looking older.
Yeah.
What about Pharrell?
Yo, Pharrell is a vampire.
Yeah, Pharrell don't age.
I am convinced that.
Nah, it's like, it's crazy. But I think the reason why to us they look like that for so long is because when they started the entertainment business, they were young. So it's like they weren't too far ahead of us, but because they were doing so much of adult stuff,
I think
they look
like
like
so
old
big
to us.
Yeah.
So like now that we older,
you're like, damn, he old.
yeah.
DMX, eh?
But DMX, he was a rapper.
I mean, I don't think we had to explain who
I'm not trying to explain, but I was saying like he to younger people listening to the podcast, like they mightn't be a DMX fan, like because
but you know his music for sure.
You must know.
They know his hits.
His hits. Yeah.
But he was kind of an acquired taste though. Not everyone could have been a DMX fan.
That's true.
Yeah, he's an aggressive style. Yeah, I mean that's music on a whole, to be honest.
It kind of change, you know?
My favorite
Kind of change.
My favorite line from any movie that I still say up to this day is from DMX. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. So
Yeah.
if your ass ain't black, you better get up out of here before it really get hot. That was in Romeo Must Die.
Yeah.
Jet Li.
Lee?
Yeah,
Oh, that was a real good movie.
Yeah, that was real
that was
bad.
a real
was a
good
good
movie.
movie.
Aaliyah was in that too. Damn.
Yeah,
DMX and Aaliyah.
another
Dead.
one that's gone. But
So-
would you say do you believe in on time? Like, yes, I know untimely death is a thing, but do you think like there's you can't really control it in a sense? Like it's
Of
just your
course you
time.
can.
That,
Of
you
course you
could
can.
control it. What are you talking about?
If you make a decision that puts you in that position,
Exactly.
you are in no, and that's totally different from like, okay, if
If you
you
couldn't
get
control-
like a terminal illness that you
Yeah.
have absolutely no control of. That's
If it couldn't control it, there'd be no such thing as suicide.
Oh,
true. Very true.
Big point.
Very true.
Big point.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way to put it.
We're not counting suicide.
They have to. Death is death.
Yeah. Despite
If you're
what
saying death
happened.
is some predetermined thing, then how do you explain suicide?
Yeah, then life didn't make no sense. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's facts. That's facts.
Sure, boy. I feel like I don't know if it's because I like a old and like this is maybe like how it happens. I feel like way too many people I know, like not just
Dying.
not just I hear that this was like people I know dying. Look,
Mhm.
what in the last month or so, 2 people, all of us knew, well, 3,
Mhm.
including the girl,
Yeah.
passed away.
And like we talking about people our age group.
Like close,
Exactly.
like within our age
And that's what I
bracket.
was saying. So much parents had to bury
Huh?
their children now.
Yeah, boy.
I ain't know, no.
But then that just proven the
I really
Bible,
don't know.
Right? When we talk about like age the school cutting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that. That's the next thing. Like as a Christian, I can't even be surprised by some of the things that are going on in the world though. See that
Yeah.
volcano
Yeah.
erupting, the
Sad.
viruses, floods, earthquake.
This
All of them
was-
thing, it was written that it will happen. So like when it
just
happens, I'll be like, damn, that's tough.
hear-
But I
we
know it
hear
had to
already?
happen.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's like we reach by.
Yeah. But I mean the podcast kind of on a low tonight.
Yeah,
but
man.
Yeah,
it's
a
just that
solemn
this is a
podcast.
very serious, like this is a
Like you open your
serious
eyes now.
topic, and it's like something that like you need to like people need to sit down and think about like, yo,
Consider
do I
it.
really want to die and leave a bad legacy?
Mhm.
Do I want to die? And I mean, no joke that once you die, people have all the best things to say about you.
But
that was my
sometimes it's
point.
even worse. Because look now in this climate, right? I
Yeah, boy.
just saw, I told you DMX, right? He just died today, innit? He didn't even bury it, but people saying, oh, they want to cancel him because of his past tweets, his anti-feminist tweets.
Yeah.
I mean, not tweets, not songs.
Song.
His lyrics and his songs about women. They want to cancel him. The man just died.
Just
They on his case already.
just-
So then
Right, but,
these days, when you die, people hardly like, unless it's your real
Respecting
close
it, yeah.
people just like they're real insensitive, but
So
they
you
wait
think
until
people
they
more
die to bad
insensitive-
talk you.
So you think people more insensitive towards death now than before?
Yeah, man. Much more.
insensitive, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think too.
So
And a
people
lack of respect for the
death
dead.
anymore.
Nah.
People
No.
are respecting the death.
Look, a few years back, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago,
Hmm.
there were like a new allegation on Michael Jackson. Somebody
When he
and I'm
did.
like, bruh,
And he can't
how?
defend himself.
Died so
He's
long.
dead.
That don't make no
He can't-
sense.
He can't defend himself. So how?
Mm.
Why is this a thing, man?
Oh,
They're trying to
speaking
sue
about
his
that, though,
estate.
Speaking
That's
about
They're
what-
trying to use
allegations,
his
That's
people.
what. Yeah.
you guys been continue following the Floyd case.
Every day.
So you heard the last set of things like how you come now and he said, okay, this guy didn't die from a knee to the neck. He died from the drug that he took right before the knee
but-
to the neck.
But that's the thing, right? All
Like,
of these
what?
things.
So how that
All
ain't
of
come
these
out before?
things.
What?
All of these things. Basically, the prosecution. Well, is it the prosecution or the people that are trying to get Chauvin to prove he's guilty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of their witnesses been shooting them in the foot, dog. From some
A
of the
lot.
stuff I
A
hear.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Like they
Yeah.
basically backing up that Chauvin.
Kill him.
Didn't know they backing up that Chauvin did not mean to kill him though. Because one man say that Chauvin in that case, one of them people that is training him, that the
He didn't
signs
use-
that
he didn't
Floyd
use-
he didn't use
use
as
a
lethal
proper-
of force that he should have used. So
Yeah,
they're
he-
basically saying he should have tased him. That was a case for him to
Yeah.
tase him.
Yeah.
Instead of just
I
trying
actually
to
heard that.
restrain him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that. They said he used the maneuver that he used to constrain him was a wrong one.
But no, they're saying it was less lethal than what he
Less
was
lethal, right?
authorized to use.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear that part.
So he was authorized
But-
to tase his skin.
But
But instead, he
even
just
with-
tried to
But
restrain
even
him.
with tasing, it's still a issue that always comes up because you can kill somebody from tasing.
Yeah,
them
yeah,
too
it's
long.
exactly. People
So-
keep thinking that tasing is a
It's less
non-lethal
lethal.
way. It's not. It's
That's
very lethal.
electricity to your body
but
directly.
remember, most of these, the reason why you would get that from them is because most of these officers would have got tased during their training.
Mm.
Most of them would have been tased
Well, you have to
just
know how it feels.
to know how
Learn.
it feels, and
Yeah.
so they would know like, okay, that
How much somebody could take.
and whatnot. Yeah.
So that is why you would get it's the most
Safest?
is the safest method of restraining an
It's
irresistant
It's
person.
essentially considered non-lethal, but
Yeah,
using the wrong weights
as every
Very
weapon,
lethal. as every
as every
true.
weapon, because
Well, not every
even like a
weapon.
butu,
Not-
that
not
you
every
can kill
weapon.
somebody with a butu though.
Yeah.
Hit them in the wrong spot,
Blunt force
they don't.
trauma.
they're done.
Mhm.
And then the
But-
next thing
but I think
again,
it all
our
comes
next
down-
witness.
But it all
And
comes down to
It's not what it is, it's how it's used.
It's how it's used, Dan. It all
Mhm.
comes down to
Facts.
because look at the case the other day with the officer pulling the gun in Grenada. The officer pulling the gun out
Yeah.
and arming it.
Like you ready
Yo,
to shoot.
I'm not
Fuck,
saying that
I
he's
didn't
wrong.
I didn't hear that. What happened to you? Tell me that. story.
So apparently, well, it was a short video, but apparently, like the guy was resisting in a sense because like it looks like they were searching his vehicle.
Like some confrontation.
Yeah, they were searching his vehicle. But
Unnecessary.
he was telling the officer, I will beat you today and things
Something
like that.
I think they had like some exchange of words.
Yeah.
And it get heated between them.
So, but
Mm.
So you was telling him just because you're an officer, don't feel I'm beating
And
you.
he
It
had
wasn't
other
like,
officers there.
yeah.
It's not just
and they
one
didn't
officer.
inter- they
Was
didn't-
two-
they didn't intervene
was two officers
because I think
at the point of the guy.
I think them men
So why
started
pulling gun
arguing.
for on a man?
No, but hold on. So, but no,
Exact-
but
right?
you see, the thing is why I'm saying like I can't give the officer wrong for what he did because
Nah.
the guy was a big guy.
Don't matter.
No, but
Yeah, two
listen,
of
but
them
the guy
though.
was a big guy.
Two of
No,
them.
hold up. The guy was a big guy, and then he was kind of. It would be considered
was-
threatening the officer,
He was aggressive.
right? He was.
Real
It would be
aggressive.
considered threatening the officer. No, the officer could have drawn his weapon,
He
but in the
shouldn't- he-
manner of which he
he
did,
shouldn't have.
the manner of which he did was
Mm.
wrong, right?
Because
No,
he
drawing the
pulled
weapon
it
was
and
wrong.
cocked it.
He cocked it, Brad.
Yeah.
So it's like, to the viewer,
And
what it looked like is,
he
it's
made
like he was
space
trying to, yeah, it's like
to
he
shoot
was
it.
trying to pull around. It's like, oh, I have a gun, and I could use it,
Mhm.
and that's way
See,
went
that's
wrong.
the thing.
No, as an
That's the
officer,
thing, eh? That's
he's
when
so-
back in the day, Grenada, they used to give every officer a gun, eh? Remember that?
no, it
Like
was
it had to be like some special rank or something, or
Yeah.
some kind of responsibility to have a gun walking around.
Before you
With.
had
But now they just giving
a
people.
traffic cop with a gun.
Yep.
No, it's like almost every traffic, but
Everybody
that's because time has changed. Look at how much
access.
Look at how much civilian and officer fights we had growing up.
Mm.
Could you
Ridiculous,
imagine
bro.
that happening now and what would happen?
Mango get shoot.
Time has really changed there.
They have a lot of illegal guns in Grenada now too, so you don't know who
Real.
a gun.
Yeah,
Oh.
real.
Long.
Real.
But yeah, it had long, but it have like the people that used to have it before were more mature individuals, but now younger people
Oh yeah,
having
yeah, a
gun.
lot of younger people having weapons. So
Really
yeah,
illegal
Brad, so
guns.
what my thing is, you could have any, like, no matter what you have, as a police officer, is how you address the situation.
Yeah.
You are trained to diffuse any
Guys,
situation.
that is
You're
the problem.
trained to diffuse it.
there's a
That's your
problem I just
work.
have. You're supposed to know how to
You're
de-escalate a
supposed to that.
situation.
Like, so, because even doctors, you
So
telling
what-
me
so
if
what
a
a-
doctor was to be aggressive because they in ER and somebody coming with a head trauma, what do you think will happen if they weren't able to to calm themselves and use the proper training that they got
Or
in school.
to triage the situation, they call it.
Yeah, what do
properly.
you think will happen? Like, you have real dead people in the world. So I feel
Yeah.
like people, like officers especially, who would come across people who are aggressive, who drunk, who don't like police officers to begin with. Because you know, if someone don't like you to begin with, and you
As
come into
most black
them,
people.
but from the jump, since they see a police officer and they don't like them, they
They're
will
defensive
already
already.
have an attitude. So
Yeah.
you as an officer should know, especially in the Caribbean, where your color of your skin is the same thing. Now in the States, I can understand all the, because the racism thing is a big thing in America. So I can understand all the hate crimes that the officers doing now. But in Grenada, then, with your cousin, because basically everybody in Grenada almost related. Shit. So like, to me, it's like,
Doesn't that tell you that maybe it isn't a thing of race and it's just a officer against civilian mentality?
it's not an officer
For what?
against civilian mentality.
Nah, it could be.
It's not
Power,
that.
bro,
It's
power?
a power mentality.
Well, that's the same
Well,
thing.
well, yeah, same thing we talking
That's
about.
what he mean.
but
That's
power-
what he mean.
No, but it can't be officer against civilian because we have a lot of officers who don't treat civilians that way. So it's a
How much-
power, it's an individual thing.
How
That's the
much?
same
If
thing.
you push any officer to that point where they had to exert their power, you feel like they're looking at you, you feel like you're on a level with them, they will try to pull some power ranks on you. No matter
Yeah.
how high
Yeah.
ranking they are or who
Or
they
low.
are, almost all officers would exert their level of power and influence over you if they're pushed to that situation.
Sometimes they don't even have to be pushed. I know plenty situations.
The worst
where-
ones wouldn't need to be pushed.
Facts.
But
Facts.
those that already having a power trip.
They go to be a police simply
So-
because there's a
That
power.
I feel
shifting
some
in life.
people. I feel the police force just take people that was like probably bullied in school,
Bullied in
Yeah, boy. I just feel that way for real.
Bro,
and
mean-
they go in the police force.
I even
Yeah.
want to talk about this because I feel like Grenada is so small, and according to what we say, they might judge us on it, and like, but I just feel like
I
And
agree.
it's a big
to hear you, I
it's
know.
a big thing. It's
They
a
could.
education has a big like way to play with this because like, people
Then-
who was
And that's the thing. What's the
failing
level
in
of education?
school.
What's the minimum level of education you need to go in the police force?
That's
Yeah,
the thing. When
really.
you have people
Yeah,
who was
really.
failing in school and now they're officers, dog. Like,
The most,
how do
but
you expect these people to react in a
they
a
have no
logical
reason in that.
situation?
No
As
reason
long
in.
as,
No
as long
reason
as they
in.
could physically move, you're qualified. Eh?
Yeah, you could do some pull-ups and push-ups and
Yeah.
answer some
No.
maths questions and do a simple English
That-
lesson because they can't
right.
tell me the English test that they're doing is anything big because there's been misspelling on them tickets,
Bro,
right?
they
I
can't
mean,
spell.
right.
They're
true.
writing garbage, and and if you realize it has been it's a trend, it's not say
Yeah.
like this badge that they hire now is a bad badge. It's been bad badges like
Exactly.
years on years and like
And they're not teaching or training like emotional intelligence,
No.
which would help you to read a situation long before it gets to a certain point and know how to maneuver it. A lot of them, sometimes they just come at regular traffic stopping,
aggressive.
coming so aggressive.
Aggressive.
Well, afternoon to you too, nah?
Yeah.
License and registration. What do you
So it
ask?
goes back to
Vex, eh?
Vex, like I do them something.
it goes back to how they deal with the situation. Because by me coming to you, Piggish, what response you
What
looking
you
from me?
expect to
What
get?
you looking from me?
You already start off the situation in
You
a
get what you
hostile
get.
manner.
So back to Floyd's case, I mean, we
Yeah.
all saw videos. So it's like, to me, even if he fought back, like, yo, 3 officers there, 1 man.
Oh, and something on that case about the 3 officers, 1 man, and why they didn't let him up. Even one of the lawyers that's for Floyd
Mhm.
had a what do you call him, a witness on a stand and thing and questioning him, and
That was a
he
guy who
said
break down.
no, I think it's on. And he was saying that he was talking about what the officer should do. The same guy talking about what the officer should do in a situation and thing. So
Mhm.
like he mentioned something about, oh well, he didn't have to kneel down on him that long and whatnot because the
Oh, yeah, I
situation
think I
was
heard that.
they didn't
I
need to
think
do
I heard
that.
that.
So the defense that's for Chauvin now, he asked him, so if there's an angry crowd shouting at the officer and whatnot, is it safe for the officers to get up off him in that situation.
But
And
that's a
this
dumb-
is the
but-
next people. That's the next people, and
but
he
that's
had
a-
to say no
That's a dumb
because no, because the situation in that moment is not, it's not safe.
even if
That's
the
what they say.
situation,
That's
even
what
if the
they say.
They had to
situation
make sure
is
you
not
had to
safe,
keep him pinned. You had to make sure you keep
you
that
can
guy
keep-
pinned and
you
under
can keep
control.
him pinned
And make sure,
without-
like, because they're saying the crowd was raunchy
no,
and attacking the officers and stuff.
I'm not disputing that. You could keep him pinned without needing to put that pressure on.
Oh, and they
that
say
could
the
affect
pressure was
somebody.
on. They say the pressure was on his clavicle and thing, not his neck. Like
But
it
we
was,
clearly
they
saw-
show
but
they
we
show a
clearly-
video, a photo, and everything of the angle, and it was across here, not
Was it?
on his actual neck. Yeah,
Yeah, but he's
At some point,
big
on
at
his
guy.
some
clavicle.
point. But that was at some point. It was at that angle at some point. But he didn't. It wasn't like he didn't stay there for a couple of seconds, sir.
No, you
That's-
need to remember, Joshua, in the court system, you're innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, the burden
Yeah.
of proof is on making him look guilty. So all
Mhm.
these little inconsistencies could lead to him to throwing it out. He
Which
could
is
get out of it.
which is stupid to me, despite the fact that there's
Not innocent
visual
until
evidence.
proven guilty has its place. Right?
It does.
You
It
You
does.
can't prove somebody
Visual
Innocent.
evidence.
Yeah, can't
Gotta
prove,
prove them
innocent, can't
guilty.
prove them guilty. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Visual
So-
evidence and a dead
But
man.
but it's a double-edged sword, eh? It's really a double-edged sword because
I feel if
You-
they had charged him with manslaughter, less thing, I think they went for murder 2 or murder 1, saying that he like if he's intentionally
like
killed
he
him.
planned, yeah.
I didn't think they would get. I didn't think they would get that.
Nah,
If
you
they
can't
get
that,
like it
though.
was because of his negligent behavior,
They
then
could
they
get
would
that,
get that. But
because
that's not.
they
But
have
that's
so
not what
much-
it. That's not the charge they brought.
They're going for the neck.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted to make an example of him to appease the crowd, so they go for the highest thing, and know that will backfire on them. I could see it happening.
I wouldn't just say it's to appease the crowd. It's more to send a message across the board that just because you're
That's true.
officer, I don't mean you go
But
get
then
away with it.
But
Or could it be- or
but
could it-
you get away with it
or could it
because
be-
a charge and a
that's-
conviction is two different
And
things.
that's
Or could
that's
it
the
be?
problem.
Or could it be to say, okay, black community, we're doing what you want.
We give you something.
And we
So
give
shut up.
Now relax.
Yeah, because I was listening to
All of
the
them
Breakfast
thing.
Club this week, and well, they was kind of excited about was it Walmart? But one of those chains, one of those big stores, now have more spot. They have more spots for black people to be a part of the store. They hire
I don't
more
understand.
black people, more African Americans, and to me,
What?
like, yo,
And
what?
every time I go in Walmart in certain areas, if it's a big black area with a lot of black people, they
Nah, I
always
don't,
have
I, don't, I
black
can't
people in
remember if it was
Walmart.
Walmart or another. I can't remember the chain though. I can't remember. But I was like, yo, then that's not something that we should be excited for though.
Exactly.
That should be the standard, fam.
No, it's not standard. Like the bus person should get a job. You had to make
Bro,
sure that you don't have
but
no
why-
discrimination in
bro,
the
why-
hiring practice.
exactly.
They shouldn't
Why
be
do we need to-
allocating
But yeah,
quotas.
that's what I meant.
I don't see why we need to why
Why we
we
excited
need to
that-
always make it seem like black people not normal people. Or we have to give black people special treatment
Handouts.
because you're black.
You treat
No,
us like you're retarded.
I don't-
But that's the
nah.
worst thing. That is not the worst thing that happened. You know, the worst thing is them saying that they should abolish having a ID to vote because black people can't get an ID.
What?
Basically, they're saying asking people to have an ID to vote is racist because black people can't get an ID.
Why black
That's
people
basically
can't
what
get
they're saying.
Why black people can't get ID though?
I don't ask them racist why people are saying it. Why having an ID to vote is racist? Because even in Grenada, we have voter ID. We have an ID that you had to go to vote.
I guess we will break the cameras. Taking a
I don't
picture.
know. But
Wow.
apparently there's this big thing that Georgia's saying that you need to have some form of ID to come and cast your ballot or to mail in a ballot.
Oh, that's so crazy though.
Isn't that the case?
No, but America don't have a standardized voter ID. I don't know
That's true.
how
Every state have something different.
I don't know how a big country like that, first world country, could not have voter ID.
Bro.
But see what?
It's like the things do like these things do surprise us when we really think about it. Like it's crazy.
I guess that not important to them.
It's crazy.
You don't must vote.
But that's
I
true.
don't-
You don't must vote in it.
I don't know, bro.
If you want to vote, you can vote. You just make
I
sure you
don't
have
know.
your things in order and go and vote.
I don't know, man. It's weird to me.
It's
These
crazy.
things just present more questions to me.
I mean, but don't
Not to-
I mean listeners, don't get us wrong. We're all for black power. We're all
What? Not for black poor. That's some racist talk.
no. I'm not racist. I'm just saying that we understand that racism do exist.
Yes, it
We
does.
understand that in some places you would be oppressed for being a black person, but
It's
I
just
don't see
illegal.
why.
Which is illegal. And if you
Yeah,
report the
yeah.
person that's oppressing you, then they'd probably go to jail or be fined or something.
Probably not.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Yes,
Probably
racism
not, though.
exists. No, I'm
Probably
just saying, but at least you could take them.
You could take them
They
to
might
a
not get
higher- to a
convicted,
higher
but
authority.
there's stages you can go
You-
to
you
get
see
them in trouble.
the difference. No, that's part of it. But you also have to consider that those persons that do have the power to oppress you also have their friends in high places. So taking them to
So
court.
it's a
and these
classism
things,
thing.
It has classism, but
Yeah.
that's what I said. That's part of it. There's the other part of it where I can't actively show you that I am being racist. So I'm going to divide our classes. Simple. It's easier and harder to identify because you could say, well, he just didn't grow up in a good place, so
Exactly.
he don't have resources, he don't know people. He just happened to grow up in a wealthy family. His father work here, his father know this person, blah blah blah, all of that. So it's easier to manage.
And it have black people in America that operate like that. They have black people that have certain class.
Of course.
And they look down on black people of a lower class.
Racism don't have no color, you know.
No.
Racism ain't have no color.
But
So
everybody just focus on
people
black
can
against
be
white.
racist and thing.
No,
It's ridiculous to
black
me.
people. I think black people worse when it comes to that because, like, as soon as a black person realize, look, this man moving up, they start behaving different.
Yeah, they take it up.
Grabbing a barrel.
And we see that a lot. We see that a lot in the Caribbean, especially.
If you watch
all black
Hollywood, it's the
people-
same thing too.
That's
You
why
ever
we
realize?
Dan, that's why we can't reach up to the other races, because as soon as one person watch Ice Cube,
Facts.
when Ice Cube made it, he went back in his community and tried to build up his community, and they rob him and all kind of thing.
Yeah.
Stupidity.
They're doing it to exhibit too.
Yeah.
I don't know. If we can't help, we want other people to help us, and as black people, we want to help ourselves. We clearly don't want help. We just want to be victims for the rest of our life. We just want to say, oh my God, this and that, and do nothing to help our own communities.
You see, I just think about that a lot and like trying to understand, because for us now, we grew up a little more fortunate in the Caribbean in that it's nowhere near as bad as in these bigger countries.
That we was racist to white people. White people in our schools and thing when you growing up. We used to get them white boy and them real talk.
Real Western. So our perspective is obviously we can't say we understand fully their perspective. But you hold on. You also have to consider, right? Upbringing and all of the things that would affect how you think, right? So if there's a lot of ignorance, so yes, we need to do better, but we had to start from the bottom in educating, like making people aware, and we're not going about it in the right way. I could tell you that for a fact. We always have this looking down on you kind of, whenever we're talking about we need to uplift Black people, we tend to always have I am above you kind of thing. You gotta meet people down there because they cannot understand you. So how it's the same thing I feel when it comes to religion, and why I've always had a gripe with the same denomination I grew up in is because we so freaking judgy, dog.
Like we should those things.
Like we have, if we believe we have the true message, right? If we believe that, why are we acting better? All of us does sin, dog. It's the same. Whether you feel is less or more.
Have you ever seen advertisement from Bugatti?
Dog.
You know they car fast.
Listen, you had to have some kind of like why we.
I mean, you have to have some difference, right? You have to have some.
Yeah, but let it show the way you live.
Let it show. You don't have to.
Right. Like, you don't need to make people feel bad about what they're doing.
Yep.
Right? You're just supposed to do what
It's
you're
crazy.
supposed to
It's
do and make
crazy.
sure that
You're supposed to deliver it with
you're
love.
basically.
Basically.
Basically,
And I
do y'all
feel like
think
that's missing.
But when you said that
in
we
church.
were privileged with not experiencing that here, I think we actually
I said not as bad.
But we actually
nowhere
had
near
it
as bad.
We didn't have it as color much, We had it more as status.
Now we
Yeah,
don't have
class.
It, we don't have it nowhere. Yeah, but
it's bad
easy.
because
It's bad, but you could. But it's nowhere
people,
near. It's nowhere near as bad as to where
it's bad.
People,
much people weren't given scholarships in Grenada because of
you talking
who
about
they
scholarships, but people can't get a job, dog.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not. So it was bad because you had people who didn't get jobs because of who they were and where they came from.
There are people that but I talking about. Imagine you going past basic education, scholarship.
Bro, we had that.
We have it. A lot of them don't have access to that just because you're from this community and you're black.
Yep.
We have that here too. We have that, bro.
No,
you would be so.
You don't have it as bad.
Boy, Mr. Man.
No. You talking scholarships? I'm talking about
even with dating certain people, daughter. If they live in
people because of where they came from.
Which ones? Primary schools and things?
Primary schools,
secondary schools.
Come on.
Mr. Man, in high schools in Grenada. People on the podcast, when we drop this, I want you guys to come into the DMs
public
and say it.
Public schools?
Not public schools, private schools.
Look, the Catholic.
That's what
Catholic
but who could afford private schools coming from them places?
Catholic schools in Grenada right now
it's not matter of
rejected.
One at a time. I can't hear.
Catholic schools in Grenada right now are rejecting non-Catholics from their schools. Why? Because they said that they overpopulated with non-Catholics. No, we didn't have that back then, but there were
Is that
schools
classism?
No, but I'm saying there were schools.
You're moving the goalposts there.
Bro, but there were schools that rejected people because of where they came from.
I
had that before.
I don't agree.
That used to happen back in the day, though.
Who did that?
I don't agree.
GBSS used to do that too. GBSS do that back in the day too, though.
School names for
because it's true, though. Listen, man, there were certain schools in Grenada that had a level of prestige that when they had students from certain parts of the island, they refused them. And that's a given.
But it's nowhere near, not even a fraction of what it's like in America.
Dan, but you're talking about America, though. Dan, every country with a dominant race that's like over 50%, like America, China, South Korea. Dan, you think Americans racist? Or white people in America racist?
Well, I wasn't talking about racism.
Dan, but let me just make this point. People like to hold up America as the epitome of racism. Dan, Chinese people, Korean people,
but why I feel
them people over there
are
some of the most racist people in the world.
But you know why people look at America so much?
Because it's
America
so close to
so me. No, America is so me. See me, China putting out this stuff like that. China have outlandish people
exactly
that have high status showing it.
China they very display their racism.
They very not to the world,
not on social like
media,
not to the world.
But social media not even open to them. So it's like
this shit under wraps.
But social media not even open to them, so we would not see it. America,
that's what I mean.
Everything is in the spotlight. So that's why we always know what happens in America.
Yeah, that's why.
And they like to talk like they're better than others.
Yeah. And maybe they are. What do we know? We grew up in
Green Day. Exactly. At least we have voter ID.
This shit is serious, man. I'm like, every day. Oh, you know what? I have a good example. I just remember this. When I went to England in 2018, I think it was. And we went out a night with Amy and Jesse. And we went to this golf park called Top Golf. And it was a chill night. We went to the place did I tell the story before on the podcast? I can't remember.
They tell us in person.
Yeah,
we went to the place like not thinking anything was going to happen that night. It was real chill. We went in, we got food. All the golfing lanes, they were full. It's a kind of indoor-outdoor kind of golf thing. Because you stand on a platform, you hit the ball outside, and you get to see how far it goes or whatever. I heard the scores. They can't tally your scores. So we paid for the lanes, but it wasn't ready. So we ended up doing some other games. Then they came to get us, tell us, okay, ready. We went up to the lane. When we got there, we had a group of white guys, English white guys playing in our lane. So it's like, oh, they're not finished and thing, and that is it. Mind you, no, it's more than maybe 17 lanes. So we are like, well, it's our spot. So right next to our spot, there's a free spot where the guys supposed to be. Right? So they were moving them from where it was, which was our spot. Let's say we were supposed to go to 17. They was gonna and they were going to supposed to be in 15 or something like that. So we was like, okay, so since you guys stay here, then we could use your spot.
Mm-hmm.
So we started playing. Then the girl who's supposed to be watching the flow, she came and she was like, wait, you guys not supposed to be here. Okay, well, we explained to her and thing like, look, they're in our spot and we decided to switch and thing. Oh no, you can't use it. But what I mean, like they in our spot, like we waited over an hour to play golf and like we just trying to, have a good night. The girl rolled, like she left. Couple minutes, like not even long. See like two big security guys came up, like big, real big. And then a next two got in the entrance and the exit. So like 4 of them come to escort us outside. Why? We were being unruly. Now, mind you, the guys in our lane, all of them was drunk.
Real probably was being unruly.
Real being unruly. So we were real puzzled about what was happening. So Jesse at that point, who is English, he then started talking to the security and the man explained like, yo, like, wait, all the short come for the right set of people, cause we were just here, real chill and thing. Like, we didn't cuss nobody, we didn't tell nobody nothing out of the way. Like, why we being escorted out? Or we got complaints that you were being disrespectful to one of the workers and you were like saying like, like just degrading the girl basically. Yo, it was nothing like that. So we explained what happened. People are wrong or something. Like the other players and thing came and they was like, nah, like that really didn't happen and thing. They explained. Yo, so apparently no, the girl was a racist. She was downstairs crying out her eyes and thing, saying that we disrespected her. But because Jesse, being English, he called for the manager or whatever, that went on, they investigated the matter at that same point. Then they realized they had to apologize to us, give us a whole free game, and then tell us we could come back and play again for free. And guess what? The people who they had to escort, they were in handcuffs when we went outside. Because they fought in the parking lot.
Imagine.
They fought in the parking lot. Like police, yo. It was so like going outside and seeing it was so crazy because I was like, yo, we need to get out of here because we black. And
Yeah,
like, they might just arrest us for being here. But it was like
arrested while being black.
Officers. Bro. And that was the first time I experienced racism like that too.
Like directly to your face. Like
yeah,
that.
like, I was like, nah, like they were literally throwing us out and telling us we can't come back.
That's crazy.
Because a little white girl.
That's crazy. Yeah, because she cried, some tears. Bro.
Shed some tears saying we were being all hostile towards her. Yo, I was
that's
like,
that's some Emmett Till kind of thing.
What?
Same thing they do, and then white girl and they tears, she go and cry and say Emmett Till recall whatever.
So imagine it was a place where it didn't have no other witnesses.
Yeah, all it
was just us. What happened?
All they're done. All they might end up in jail.
You understand?
Handcuffs.
Yeah, another time too. I just can't it's not coming right now. The whole story.
And a place like the UK where you could be arrested for words or misgendering somebody.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Like, I mean, getting it firsthand, like
it changed your perspective on it,
bro. My vacation, like
you're spoiled.
At first, I was really enjoying England. And then it went from really enjoying England to being very careful in the way that I dress people and the way that, like, even walking into stores, how I move and
over there, weird, dog.
Like,
and if you think America weird,
like, yo,
over there, very weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, Dan, like racism, like America bad, but England, I
they're
feel
not
like
the only bad
they
place.
like because they have so much older people too. You could tell, like you're
Dan,
walking
I
down the
show
street.
racism worse in England than in America.
It
But you
just
wouldn't
Dan,
know
it
because
just-
the media doesn't put a
not
spotlight on it as
that
America does.
They have not only that, they have like a niche in how they does present it now. It's never just
But the funny thing
No.
is,
raw like
England
that.
is made up
Undercover.
of a pile of Indians, a pile of Africans.
Oh no.
all kind.
No, yeah, but it's like Brad, but it's not really native people that are behaving that way. It's people that come and live.
Mhm.
That is puzzling.
So it's not actually them white English people.
I mean,
It's-
they may be in the mix too,
Hmm.
but the majority. England has a lot.
Dan, but Indians racist too. Don't play that.
Real bad.
All in Trinidad and things.
Real
Dan,
bad.
India have racism inside India against other Indians.
All that Indian.
Like to us, all of them look the same, but you have some Indians
Yeah.
that are just a little bit darker than the rest. And like there
Not
is a
even
black sheep.
darker. They're talking a little different
That-
because they're. I mean, we didn't want to get into that.
But we had a ship in this year too. They
But even the light skin and the dark skin.
for a long time it's like
Oh,
light skin.
Light
Yo, I don't know, bro. It's
Yeah, woman saying I will never date a light skin guy.
they saying that. They say that.
Yeah,
and
some women. But when
I never-
when we was growing up, light skin guys was a thing.
it still is. Don't let it fool you. They just
Well,
say
yeah,
now
but they
social
just-
media.
hey,
They studying them.
but like
Bad
literally
talkers
have
and eat it.
Canadians like that.
Yeah.
Sir.
I say bad talk it and eat it.
You have a lot of Grenadian women like that. You'd be surprised. Like
skin,
they don't want dark skin
Dark skin.
fellas.
Yeah, because they
Or
want
they
dark
want that
babies.
fella with Indian hair. Yo,
Yeah.
people need to stop that.
And the
shit,
hair
man.
thing too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people need to stop that. Like, stop that.
these are non like.
Yeah, a man with Indian
These-
hair for the
these
to
do
have
not
the babies
define
to have nice
character, man.
It
nice
doesn't.
hair.
It doesn't. The first what brain surgeon was a black person.
No, he wasn't the first brain surgeon. He's the most successful one. He did he split up the twins, the conjoined
Oh,
twins.
right.
And nobody had done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he's a shippity apparently because of his politics. That's what people say. No, a brilliant surgeon like that is now an idiot because he doesn't agree with the majority or the mainstream narrative.
That's politics for you, man.
Politics
It
and the
don't,
media.
it don't matter what you've done.
It's called politics and the
If
media.
your views do not align with mine politically,
Exactly.
that's stupidity.
You're
And
trash.
While speaking about
That's
politics, like we really need to be careful when, like, no, in particular when it comes to with the vaccine situation, because a lot of people not reading and they just taking the media. They see this in the media. Somebody come and say, "Oh, I was getting after I got a vaccine, my heart
the
just
blood
gave
clots.
up." Yo, you need to.
Why not
read.
even
After
blood
every
clots,
back-
not even like legitimate things, no, like people that have
They just feel a little
legitimate-
sick.
I
Bro.
just in my head I feel different.
Is that? But most of the times, I'm mind thing.
It really is, bro.
No man, but sometimes you have some
You must
some
have
slight
side effects,
illness.
some side
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's
we
basically
talking-
a virus,
we
like
talking about-
a small
Right.
part of the virus
Like
that
the-
is,
Right,
so the
you
body
can
has
take
to.
Panadol and get side effects.
No, but I'm talking about in terms of feeling sick, like you have the flu and thing. The body will build up a slight temperature because it needs to attack
Why not even that?
the virus
Not even
in the
them
shot
Not even
But we
them
haven't
thing
reached
people
that
talking
far,
about
you know.
it.
in order to
people
build up
ju-
the immunity.
Why people just saying
Yo, how much people?
nonsense
How
like
much people
I
actually?
feel different.
How much people
I feel
actually?
like the spirit leave me. Yo, people was really
The
saying,
spirit.
no for real, you know. No for real. Yeah, people that was saying like the vaccine pulling you away from God and thing. I'm
That-
like,
the hell?
what?
That's a stretch.
But people legit
Or the
said that,
vaccine
I
making
was
it
like,
impotent. You
Like,
cannot have children after you take the
What?
vaccine.
The vaccine make me feel different. Like God leave me present.
and have a conversation with them and ask them like, yo, like, okay, so you're talking ill about the vaccine. Like, how much people you heard they say in the reports had a blood clot? Nothing.
But people
So,
just doesn't read.
How much
man.
people died from the
People just doesn't
vaccine?
read.
What vaccine did they take?
Which version? Who produced that vaccine? When did they get it? What
Bro,
were
I
they?
don't know.
Like nothing, dog.
We just take what we hear.
That is
we take
why-
like a piece of what we hear. Why people getting blood clots from vaccine? I ain't taking no vaccine.
Why?
But yo, think
As
about
a world
this.
know that.
Just
Nobody doesn't question what they hear anymore.
Do you think before tetanus injection was around, do you think that like people just sit on there and just say, we will take it?
I don't take in that.
Well, people would have shut that down now.
Like they put in me in my
But
blood.
look at us now. Boy, I need to take a tetanus injection because I'm a construction worker.
Normal.
You know?
I knew this would happen. From the time they started developing the vaccine, I said, all right, there's going to be a natural resistance state.
Normal thing.
It bound to happen. I'm sure it was the same thing when is polio and them thing was rampant. People probably not as conspiracy theorists, like you didn't have that many, but
with polio they did a lot of tests and freak up a lot of people.
Exactly. but I mean, them time they medicine didn't make no
technology was on a low.
It wasn't as.
Imagine you cannot get a proper picture of a volcano.
But the fact still remains, we won't actually know if this vaccine has any side effects until years later.
We don't know.
We would not know. Definitely.
It could have and it could not have. So you can't really shun. You could probably shun people for what they think about it. No, but like if people thinking, okay, what happens to me in the long run? You can't really. You had to kind of understand that because you don't know.
If you come with that logic, fine. But don't come and tell me the Holy Spirit.
Oh gosh, I'm dying. Am I dead if I take the vaccine tomorrow?
I mustn't take the vaccine. Look, Sister Brenda in church take the vaccine and she ain't been to church since. She backsliding, so it's a vaccine.
I am not advocating that everyone go and take the vaccine.
I wouldn't tell everybody go.
I mean, it's your choice. I won't tell nobody to get
whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah. I'm not advocating that everybody go and take it.
But if you know you're sickly.
But a couple months ago, we were crying and saying, "Oh, we need something to change. We need something to happen." Now we get the vaccine. We can.
But you can't please freedom. You can't please people. You can't please people.
But the Grenada is kind of pushing the mandatory thing on a lot of people. I think tourism
heavy in it.
Yeah,
not naturally.
If you working in a hotel, you have to take it.
I ain't surprised. Once you're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, if you're working in a place and they tell you had to take it in order to work there. Should I take it on your leave? Yeah.
1 or 2.
It's your choice. They ain't telling you how to take it, or else you'll die, or we'll kill you.
Yeah, some schools in the States was saying that it's mandatory to attend the school.
Take the vaccine.
That's iffy about, boy.
About school?
Children, boy.
That was university level though. College.
Oh, okay.
College level.
At the end of the day, every institution is responsible for their own policies.
Yep.
But the government should not be. One thing, the government should not be mandating it. If your workplace tell you how to do it, then fine.
They're doing it.
But that's not their place. That's not the government place.
The Minister of Health was on TV, like saying, "Oh, not enough people taking it."
Yeah, but I'm not mandating
it though. Tourism to come back to.
They could suggest you take
but
it.
They're not mandating it though.
Okay.
Yeah, mandating it, they would have to like
I mean,
freeze by.
I understand they're not mandating it.
For now, it may become mandatory in a couple months. You never know, you know.
I think so, because once you start getting flights from England,
for me, it's like, bro, this pandemic should have. It should have shown you that if your own, like, all our focus is on tourism, we want them to bring in stuff, but like you're not going to try and put something in place to kind of like give you
to fall back on
net.
Yeah.
Dan, if we had stayed locked down and thing, our country would have literally starved. Why? Because despite us having such great conditions to grow crop and stuff,
we ain't doing it at the level we should be.
We know it close. Bro, like we can't feed our nation ourselves.
We hate agriculture
for a lengthy period of time. What ass is that? Poor man thing, and
the mentality of our
imagine
people.
Imagine that's how we see it. But you have businesses around the world,
But who's to blame,
making millions and billions of dollars
for that?
Exporting potatoes.
But who's to blame for us thinking
Potatoes,
like that?
Who's
to blame for us? Not for us thinking like that.
No, not
for our people thinking like
no
that.
one
No,
person is.
no one person is the people
I
are supposed to do
blame
that.
Our education system for it, because
Nah,
growing up
man.
in school,
Nah.
if you said you wanted to be a farmer, then you are not going to get the same energy
I
as
wouldn't-
somebody who said they
Yeah,
wanted
but
to
I
be
had nothing to do
a
with the
pilot.
education system. Is
Is the
perception.
government? If the
Is-
government was
is-
giving,
listen,
the
is,
government themselves
so
had
why
to
I'm
point
saying
people
this,
in the direction.
Media's
Listen why I'm
well,
saying this. At any point in school, was agriculture science taught to be a business?
Not really. They just teach you about plants and whatnot.
Yeah.
Exactly. Agriculture science is a
But they
business.
teaching
too.
you.
but what
But they
was,
teaching you. It
what
could
was
take.
taught as
It
a
could take the
business?
business.
Not
You could take the
medicine.
business thing, the business
Medicine
knowledge they
wasn't taught
teaching
as a
you,
business.
and apply it to agriculture to make it an agricultural
Yeah,
business.
that ain't had nothing to do with the education system.
That's not it.
That is
It's where it come
societal
from.
perceptions.
Yeah. Where
But
I'm
I
coming
still
from
feel like
is I'm blaming the government first and foremost because they don't give like the amount of grants and things like islands, call and thing. They get to go away and study all kind of shit that
Anything
they're not
else?
coming back
Anything
and
else?
use in the country.
Anything else?
All right.
Mhm.
But they won't give a young man a plot of land or something to hey,
Or something. Yeah.
build up this,
That's
farm
what I'm
this.
saying. It's ridiculous to me.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Even
to
but
me, bro.
even the
change,
prison,
I mean, yeah,
even the prison,
they a little thing, but
even the
still.
prison with the prison, I find they should move that prison in some desolate land up in the hills with real land and thing and put them prisoners to farm
Yeah,
the
the
land.
prisoners, all right.
The more you farm the land and
All
you
them
work and thing,
prisoners
you could get like what you strike. But instead they ain't doing nothing now and we just
Strike and
and we
go
just
away.
feeding them.
I'm only joking.
Right now we just feeding them
All
and
them
they ain't doing
prisoners
nothing. They
on the
just
top
they up there getting fat.
Yeah.
protesting the streets with placard.
They
You feel this is
We have
America.
rights. We
All
have
right.
rights.
Nah, you
But
relinquish your rights when you decided to break the law.
And I remember
That's
I
true.
remember when prisoners and thing used to be cleaning the side of the road and thing. They stopped that.
That changed.
And now they put in normal people to cut the road and they taking a whole
Right.
year to
Well-
finish
well,
a mile.
Oppression.
Well, not
Oppression.
not so much oppression.
Listen, man,
They
the
trying to-
government just use that
they
to
try-
make sure that they get our vote at the end
not-
of the term.
That ain't normal thing.
one of the reasons why I think it changed from the prisoners to actual like
People.
yeah I
people
mean
from
not
the-
to say prisoners
Not
people, but like,
incarcerated people.
but like
Not
free
incarcerated people.
people that are not in jail is that was the idea as we go create some jobs.
But yeah, but it's also a way to say we'll get a job, we'll get work, but you give me a vote.
Yeah.
The majority of times,
I ain't saying no. I ain't saying no.
the majority of times when you see, well, it kind of changed now. Like you see them more often on the road now. But the majority before,
Yeah, because people calling on radio and cuss right
definitely
through. Yo,
before,
I hate listening to them
used to be
programs.
different. Like once election close, boy, you seen road work done. You seen it cleaning the side of the road. You
And
seen
everybody
road
have on
being paved.
the party in power t-shirt.
Yeah, man.
Boss.
Feds.
Yeah. As
Feds
soon as
coming up.
election done, for months, bush tree and the
What
What are you studying now?
What you roads?
Boy, they actually fixing it now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
they
thought
fix-
election. I'm gonna take out my voter's ID because I say what
You
election
see,
close.
comments.
But back to the COVID thing, right? You take the vaccine, you go dead. You don't take the vaccine, you go dead. So it's like, what you have to do? I mean, you might survive if you take the vaccine.
Yes.
There's a higher chance of you surviving. I would say.
as Grenadians does always say, you still have
Still
to
not
dead.
dead. But yeah, so thank you again for
Yo,
tuning
it's
in
how
to
that man.
another-
It's how that man just.
I might just wrote on the
Just probably
podcast.
just like conversation done.
Yeah,
Story
so
and
thank
why
you
I
for
bet.
tuning in to another
Yeah, I was thinking
podcast episode
13.
13. Yo, it's going really fast, boy.
Well, imagine if we was doing it every day.
Jeez.
But yeah, thanks for pulling up. Don't forget, you can find our episodes now on the Go Loud app. Send to your to whatever app store you have, whether it's on an iPhone or Android, whatever the case is. The Digicel Go Loud app. You would find us there. Just follow us. You can get and listen. You don't have to worry about censorship and none of that. We give in all your pure vibes and raw.
And don't forget,
another
you can
thing-
bring your donations to Nixon's
Donations, yeah.
Electricals
Nixon's
on Morris Bishop,
Yeah.
Morris Bishop Highway.
Yeah.
Well, coming up the little hill there.
Campeche.
There's Campeche Hill, that's what they call it?
No,
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 Campeche.
Oh,
no. This look
This guy.
incline.
Nah, I think it's Campeche.
Why no, boy? That's
Yeah.
not a hill.
It is. It's
No,
called
it's
Campeche.
not.
Hold on, let's Google this.
Campeche Hill is not in Lansapine.
Oh, I like it.
I don't understand this man telling me this look incline.
We go delete that.
no, we're leaving it.
No, I want
We're
them
leaving
know.
it.
I want them know what we have to deal with.
But anyway,
Yeah.
guys,
Oh, but I think that hill have a name now.
But they're not hill, boy.
Nah,
That's
that
not
hill
a
have a name.
That's an incline. That's not
Oh,
hill.
oh.
Like True Blue. That's considered True Blue.
Maybe, but I feel like
Not,
it have a
not
name.
maybe. I drive in every day.
But
Josh,
it's on Morris Bishop Highway, because
Yes.
I don't think yeah. It's on Morris Bishop
you'll just
Highway.
stick to that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Morris Bishop Highway.
Yeah, so let's see what we could do to help our sister Isle. They gonna need it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a Google Maps now walking by.
Anyway,
You're wrong.
that's
Use
it
Apple
for
Maps.
us. Brad is going to go and play some Warzone, represent the squad.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Thank you, boy. Later.